Hello friends. Welcome to AJS. In today's video we will talk about second Saturn opposition to Saturn square. Return of ambition. Like its antecedent from age 14 to 21, this cycle is notable for its lack of major aspects from the outer planets to themselves. The adolescent cycle contains only Uranus square Uranus, and at the end, at 21. During this 7-year phase of the second Saturn opposition to its square, no other turning points in outer planetary cycles are occurring. The implications are profound. Specifically, although the midlife transition began with the Uranus opposition at the end of one's 30s, if new points of reference have not yet been found, the liminal state of mind can continue until the fourth Jupiter return at 48 or 49. The first part of the cycle recalls the adolescent rebellion against authority and oppression, though at the age of 45 one is more conscious of what the uprising is about. And there may still be unfinished business from the past that must resurface. Old feelings of inadequacy and futility are challenged by a rise of ambition. Life can no longer be lived for the moment but must have depth, content and meaning. It is a time in which a peak experience can occur when one feels highly motivated towards a new set of goals. The interpretation of any natural cycle disintegrates at certain times and has no consistent pattern or paradigm. This phase of the Saturn cycle is entirely dependent upon what one has been doing for the first half of life and, more specifically, what the Uranus opposition brought to the fore. There is, therefore, no pat answer or description which will satisfy any one individual at this stage. It is simply a period of time in which personal development needs to include a keen awareness that the future is entirely dependent upon what one creates. The subtle restlessness that is felt at 45 can be the final resistance to maturity. It can signal a return to a mere focused attempt to get ahead and make the most of these valuable years. By this time one is acutely aware of one's limits and uses. The phase to come to terms with them, making the most of one's genuine abilities. The potential for real success is high because one realizes that there is little time for fantasy or experimentation and becomes more conservative with investments of time, love or money. The initial stage of the Saturn opposition can also give one the courage to shrug off social expectations and pressures. That the period has been called the second adolescence clearly shows that childhood and adolescence can be revisited. People who had extremely difficult childhoods, or had their adolescence cut short in some way, find that they can recapture their lost years. There are many ways one can lose one's childhood or adolescence. An abused child, whether that is sexually, emotionally, or physically, is never a child. A child or teenager who has to care for an ill or alcoholic parent never experiences childhood. A teenager who becomes a mother or responsible father loses her or his adolescence. There are many examples of people who need to recapture a period in their life which was truncated or never lived at all. Guys, this is first part of the video. If you like our video, please do not forget to click the subscribe button below. See you soon with the next part of this video. Until then, have a good night.